All right, I wanted to do kind of a PSA versus SGC on the grading, and just kind of my opinion. That's not necessarily the right opinion at all, but just point out some of the things that I've done. I've had both, used both companies, and I mean I like them both. I like PSA. I mean both cases are really sharp. As far as pricing per card. That's where it gets kind of weird because PSA you have to, from what I can gather and from what I understand, you have to have a subscription, and there are two different subscriptions. One is like the lower end, and one's the higher end. You get more things and more vouchers. So like the lower one is $149, so basically $150. You get 6 free submissions. So this is one submission. So you'll get 6 free submissions with that, which is not free if you're paying $149. And if they're $10 a submission, that's $60, but they're claiming it's $20 a submission, so you're getting $120 value, plus the little gifts and things, which I'll get into also. But I don't know exactly where they get the $120 value, if it's a different type of submission. Like if you can put in an autograph, say an autograph or something is more than just a regular raw card. So I think you can do that and be, as long as it's less than $499 in value, each one is free. So, or you've already paid for it. The other one is $250. Or $249, and you get 15 vouchers. Same deal, and they're claiming it's $300. So they're doing the $20 each for value. But I don't see it like that. I guess because I don't haven't used it as a autograph or any other kind of voucher. But SGC, you don't have to have a subscription, and you can just pay $10 a card. Now PSA puts out deals, and I've been waiting an entire year for a deal to come out. It's like $8 a card or something, and that'll save you if you do, like, see this stack of stuff here. I've got $600-700 worth of cards if they're $10 a piece that I'm going to send out. If you do it $8, you save $2 a card. It's like almost $200 that you're saving. You're saving $200 every $1,000. So that's $80 I'm saving. Or $70. Jeez, math is hard. Anyway, so I've been waiting for a year for that, but they haven't done any modern cards, and that's 50. You know, they do the vintage cards, which is 55, I think, and below, or older. So even though I'm waiting an entire year, they haven't. Every quarter they change their deals, and that deal hasn't come up. And I think the last time it came up was in April of over a year ago, April. So I missed out on it. I got the submission just after that deal, so I missed that deal, and I've been waiting a whole year for it. It hadn't come back up. So I've been doing SGC, but with PSA you get the book. See if I can zoom out on this. You get this neat little book. It's got all kinds of cool little stuff in it. So with the subscription, and then each, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these, 8, maybe 9. You get SMR, the magazine. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in it, price guides. You know, so you're getting more than just grading cards. But if you're not interested in the other stuff, then the subscriptions are kind of a little bit of a waste of money when you can get SGC for the same price, for $10. And now I don't know exactly what PSA did. I've heard on several channels that PSA has been known for grading out to a 10 for trimmed cards. I watched a video of one guy sending and claiming he sends in PSA cards and gets a 10 and he trims them. He shows you how to trim them, and I don't know if he's trimming a card and sending another card in. He says he's not, so I'm going to have to take his word for it. But PSA also has a minimum and a maximum width and height requirement, and that's based on what cards you have. But if you look, I mean, every card is about the same. So I mean, I know some of them are a little bit smaller, like maybe this. See that Michael Jordan? See how at the bottom you can see that card, and you're flush at the top. Let's see here. Now you're flush. You can still see that card at the top, at the bottom. So I mean, that's a 1990 card. So, and these are two different sets here, and they're roughly the same size. But so you're gonna have some variations in between sets and makers and things like that. So they have to have a minimum and a maximum on. Geez, bud, you're going crazy over there on that bone. Just while I'm trying to talk to myself here. But you know, the minimum and maximum has to be there because they have the cards like this one that is a little bit, it's not cut as far as I know. I had this one since I was a kid. I wish it didn't have that crease in the middle of it. But and SGC has the same thing. So I wonder if you would send that same card to SGC and they would have the same, I don't know about the same minimum and maximum, but they have to have something similar. But so I don't know. I can't really talk on if that's a valid, if that guy, or I wish I had the video the people are talking about. I wish I could see the video people are talking about. And if somebody knows it, please post it in the comments so I can watch it, because I can't really find it anywhere. I hadn't really looked, to tell you the truth, but that one video I did watch of the guy. One thing about whenever you enter in your card name, SGC doesn't have quite the database as PSA. Like, okay, so you enter these cards in and this pops up, and like I had a full thing of Jimmy Dean cards. I had to, a few of them were in there. I guess if somebody's gone in there and put them in there before, then they have them as in their database. But if nobody's graded it in SGC before, then they don't have it in their database. And from what I can tell, I haven't come across that in PSA. So that's kind of nice on PSA to have the cards in the database already, and I don't know if they have the same program type thing that if it's been put in or not. But I haven't run across that. So that's one thing that I didn't like about SGC is I had to put the card in. I still got the same grade, and I mean it graded, and you still have to put the card in, but it pops up, it populates if somebody's already graded it before. Also, and I haven't screwed up and sent the wrong card on PSA, but if you look here, this one is a 1990 Topps Traded Nolan Ryan. It's listed, but actually I put it in wrong, and they should have caught that. This is a Topps Traded Tiffany. And if you can look at the difference, these are the same years. This is a Topps Traded, this is a Topps base, but this is the Tiffany version. If you look at the back, how much brighter the card, the ink in the cardstock is. It's a really nicer card. So I really would have wished, I really wish they would have caught that as a wrong designation to that card. And I haven't come across that with SGC because I know a little bit more, I guess, now about the difference in the Tiffany and the regular card. Like this is a Tiffany also, so I'm gonna have to put that in as a Tiffany. And kind of the last thing, I guess, I think on my list here is the appearance. Now, with that black border, I mean let's put them face to face here. The SGC is a little bigger. You can see it's a little wider, a little taller, but you have the black border on the SGC, which makes it really sharp. It's almost like it's framed. So if you want to take like a sticky and, you know, one of those 3M things you hang picture frames on a wall and just stick them on the wall, it looks really sharp just by itself. You don't have to have a, I mean, you can do the same thing with this, but this looks framed. I like how the black border is. And as far as hard to get a 10 and a 10 in PSA, they seem to be relatively the same to get 10s in. So they're really hard in both companies to get 10s. They're really strict on their grading. Like I sent some of these off and there was nothing wrong with them, but the border was just barely thinner here than it was up here, and they got 9s. So, and I think that would have made a 10, from what I understand in the way PSA grades, that would have made a 10 in PSA. Now you can see the border is a little off here, so it did get a 9. And I think that's really all that's wrong with this card. Maybe a little white. So yeah, the whiting on the back. So that would have probably got like a 8.5 in SGC. As far as resale, PSA resells for a little more with a higher grade than SGC, from what I can tell. Now I think that's going to change, but you know, we'll find out. Another thing that is the turnaround time. I was on the PSA website, and their average turnaround time for a normal card, just a raw ungraded card, is 31 days. Okay. And that depends on the number. Like the stack of the here would take 31 days or more. I did a video with these cards. That was roughly about right, 31 days. Probably a little more. I think it was more like 40. But I did, and that was 15 cards. I did 50 cards with SGC and got it in like 14 days. Yeah, so I got it back in 14 days. You know, with grades that I agreed with. I mean, I thought they were 10s, and then they come back 9s and 8s and 7s and whatever, and then I'd look at them again and go, oh, okay, crap. What I wish both companies would do is tell you why they're 9s. Okay, like, why did you call this a 9? I can go back and look and say, okay, on the chart, the way they grade things, yeah, okay, fine. But why don't you just put a little note next to your when you're grading, the grader has to put notes somewhere, you know, as okay, this is off-centered by 7 micro whatever inches. I don't know, but you can see it's off-centered here. But you know, it missed centering by so much from top to bottom or left to right. And it's got black or white paper loss on the black on the back or whatever, you know, just notes, so you can look at the notes and go, okay, well, that's why. You know, you're more satisfied with a 6 when you think you should have gotten a 9 than you would be without that. So Anyway, that's about all I have to say. I personally like both companies pretty equally, except I don't want to pay for the subscription anymore. I like the case. I like the turnaround time of SGC, and I think SGC is going to start having a kind of a higher value than higher resale value than it already does. I really like SGC, and it has to do with the turnaround time and the actual holder. PSA is still a great company. I like their scanning features. I like their serial numbers. SGC doesn't have that. They have the serial number here. They don't have the foil. They don't have kind of a what do you call it? Oh my God, where they fake things. They can't fake this one as easy as this one. You can fake this one. You can print this off of a. Of course, it has a little watermarks in the back or whatever. But anyway, so I'm going to submit these to SGC and get them graded SGC. That don't mean I won't ever use PSA again, because I really like the company also. But anyway, that's my view on SGC versus PSA. I hope this helped anybody out. And if I'm wrong about the subscription on these, and there's somewhere you can, because the language in the website seems like you can put cards in without having a subscription. If someone has the information on that, because I looked on the website and I've searched the website and couldn't find where you can just put cards in without a subscription. So if I'm wrong about that, please correct me, and I'll make another video and correct myself. But let me know what you guys think. That's going to be it for this video. It's gone a little longer than I thought it would. But guys, hit me up. Tell me what you think. Subscribe. All right, have a wonderful day. Bye.